Suppose my children, they're teenagers, they were introduced to the vegetarian vision and they stopped eating meat. This isn't the perception they were brought up on, and it's something that many youth are into now. They don't harm anyone, but as a part of their self-determination, I, as an enlightened person who wants to be a positive factor in the world, can't allow animals to suffer. Yeah, I heard about that. So much suffering that not even eating an egg, nothing from the animal. Right. And a very good friend of mine that lives in a reserve in the Galilee, natural reserve in the Galilee, he took chicken from one of those places where they're tortured and force-fed in order to have many eggs and so on, and because they were redundant and were supposed to be put to death, instead of that, he said, I'll grow them. He took them home. He gradually brought them back to life, and they're growing up in his backyard, and now, when they give eggs, he has no problem eating those eggs. But these eggs that grew naturally in the pace of the chicken, he eats it gladly. But the eggs where they're being force-fed and tortured, that he can't eat in terms of the sensitivity that he feels that as an enlightened person, he can't enjoy animals being treated that way. And doesn't that mean that he enjoys the animal? No, I mean, where it comes naturally, it's very various. Very various. But the common denominator that Nitsa may be presented in her question is the development of a person's sensitivity towards anything which is not him. A barbarian, an undeveloped person, takes nothing into consideration, eats whatever he feels like, whether it's cannibalism or whatever. Today, I'm happy to hear about it and I understand it. So, what do you think about the development of a person's sensitivity towards anyone who's not him, including animals? I want to hear that that's how it is. Meaning, I'll be happy to hear that it's really so. I don't see in the relations between people, about animals, I don't know. I'm not in the relationship between man and animal. I'm not in a place where here there are animals and here there are people and I'm in between them. I'm among people and I see that the relations between people aren't becoming better in time. Man isn't becoming more gentle. He isn't included of the joy of others, sorrow of others. He's ready to use others relentlessly. He even sees himself as a hero, that he's suppressing others and benefits from it, to the point where he doesn't care that millions of people will be killed. No problem. Today, any person can be like Hitler in a very easy way. And therefore, you're telling me that certainly he has sensitivity towards animals, these chicken, the poor chicken. I listen. Okay, maybe there's some kind of a distortion in our development that we can identify with the chicken and not with other people. Is it a distortion or maybe it's a part of the process? What process? I'll give an example. Possibly it's easier for me to identify with a helpless animal than it's easier to love a dog than a person. Yeah, why? I understand it, right? That's how it usually is. Because we have mercy and it's harder towards a person. Maybe the developmental way is first developing sensitivity towards animals and then maybe it'll develop towards people. Is this the right order? I never saw such a thing. Maybe it's like you're saying. We'll see. In the meantime, it doesn't calm me down. So I don't know what do you want to say, that there is a nice inclination in humanity that we're taking pity on animals. I see that it's a phenomenon. Yeah, and it also seems as something nice, good, sensitive. Again, according to my profession, not by religion, but by my profession. Because religion, I don't look at it as a tool with the help of which I research the world, but according to my profession, which is biocybernetics, or the theory of knowledge, ontology, I don't see that these things in the meantime are developing correctly. Because man, he follows his ego, his desire. He's not demanding of himself to be more of a human being, but according to his natural inclinations, whatever he feels like and what we feel like, the way we develop. It's usually where our ego's leading us, and it's always leading us astray. I've not yet seen, sorry, just one more thing. I have not yet seen in human development that there was some kind of inclination which wasn't a deterioration, that didn't cause degradation. Yeah, at first it always seems positive. Any beginning is always, we've reached a new degree as a result, but then we deteriorate even more than before. And this is also what we're discovering now in our times. Therefore, the fact that it comes and goes, and especially something new like these inclinations towards veganism, vegetarianism, animals' rights, Greenpeace, were we to know, and this is what I wanted to say from the point of view of my profession, were we to know the entire system, the worldwide system, the way it works as a closed, general, integral system, in what way, in which balance, in what harmony, and then we would see there our part, and out of which inclination of ours do we cause which kind of deviation, positive or negative, do we cause balance or disbalance. Then we could approach it with open eyes and talk about it and investigate it. But if it simply comes because this is how I feel, it hurts me here, hurts me there, let animals live, or I like these plants, or Greenpeace like this, or that's like that. You can give definitions and justifications for any action. And who knows who's standing behind that, who's paying for all these things. And I'm not inclined to be so excited about it. As a result of it coming from human nature, and human nature is evil. Human nature is evil. It's egoistic. And even if now we, as if, take pity on animals, our ego this way expresses itself. That what happens to it? It calms down, feels good. Yeah, but eventually it comes out in some other form. In another place it comes out bad, evil, for sure. Because the system is a round system, and if here we're doing something as if good, in another place it comes out bad. It's a must.